are again. Welcome to the Safe Space. Coming at you with another one.
No questions. We're going to have to do this off the top of our heads.
Yep, we're just going to do it live.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about high security / commercial / TRTL rated safes. They can all be bundled up into a couple different.
I feel like we already talked about this.
Hey, I'm down to talk about this any day and all days. It has become such a huge part of our business. More and more of our customers are investing in quality commercial safes for residential applications, which we think is great. People are starting to understand that for the money, it is a better value to buy a TL, in some cases TRTL rated safe for high value storage in their homes than it is to buy, say, a high-end gun safe. So, yeah, I mean, we could start with the increase in residential purchases of commercial safes. We could, as of late, we just got a ton of information from a jewelry insurance advisor about the increase in jewelry store break-ins, and $146 million was stolen last year from jewelry stores. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing the requirements of the insurance companies to the jewelers increase because of the theft and burglary problems. So there's just so much we could talk about when it comes to commercial safes. I guess, when did you sell your first commercial safe at Northwest Safe? Do you remember?
I don't remember, because it's something that it took a while to break into.
Yeah. So when I started working here 15 years ago, somebody called. You guys had sold a commercial safe prior to this, mind you, but we didn't carry or stock them.
Right.
And I remember someone calling and saying, hey, I need a TL30 rated safe. And I had no idea what that was. And I asked your dad, and he gave me a brief overview. And I said, well, we need to bring these in. And so that kind of started it. You guys had carried Eagle safes, which were commercial style safe.
No UL rating.
Yeah, no UL tag. But then we started carrying original safes. Were kind of our first stocking TL rated product in here until we became an American Security dealer, and then an ISM dealer.
With Chippers, I think, was our first ISM deal.
Yeah, Chippers Jewelry. Shout out to Chippers. We also carried Incas for a little bit. Incas is another good commercial safe manufacturer out of Canada. Our neighbors to the north.
They're one of the nicest commercial safes.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Although we don't stock Incas anymore. We feel like we can offer people a higher quality U.S. built product.
Yeah, well, especially now with the tariffs, it's going to put them at just an even greater disadvantage against American Security. So American Security, built in the USA, your shipping's going to be closer. So yeah, there's big advantages with that.
We'd always rather sell a U.S. built product than something built elsewhere. So over the years, I remember we would sell a couple a year. The first big deal your dad did with a government agency, sold a whole bunch of TL30X6s. That was our largest invoice for many years.
It was, and a huge part of our success, whether it's commercial or just gun safes, is we are one of the, if not the largest stocking dealer in the country.
Yeah.
And our biggest advantage with that deal is we had them in stock to where everybody else had to order them.
Yeah.
Because, with e-commerce, which is really, our most direct competition, they sell the safe, but they don't really stock much for anything.
Yeah.
To where we keep a huge stock and an inventory of products, so it's ready to go with a fast turnaround. So instead of waiting 2 to 3 months, oftentimes we can get you turned around and delivered within 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, obviously in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to sell you the safe and deliver it ourselves. But I think one thing that's really helped us grow and helped our customers too is, educating people online with our videos, showing people the differences in quality, having the product available, and then also being able to ship it nationwide. I'm on the horn this morning with a jewelry store in Iowa that needs a TRTL rated safe because their insurance requirements have risen due to the value they have. We can use our preferred freight carrier, get something shipped direct, find an installer where you're at, get it delivered. Like that's really what we specialize in is we try to make it easy. As you said, you can buy commercial safes from anyone and everyone online. Not quite the same experience as buying something from Northwest Safe, but
Yeah, they're going to struggle on the delivery aspect of it. They're going to struggle a lot of times to answer your questions. So
yeah,
that's another part of our success is they can actually call us and get their questions answered. So again, so many places they offer to sell you something, but they don't offer you information. They don't offer you
they're
an
not
explanation.
subject matter experts
Yeah.
as we consider ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, right now we have in stock the world's highest security safe, which is a TXTL Super Diamond from ISM. I don't know too many other places in the country you go see one of those. We have a container showing up from Israel that has, 3 Super Platinum TRTL 60 by 6s, 3 in the largest size, 3 Super Treasury TRTL 30 by 6s in the largest size. So yeah, we tend to sell the larger sizes more so than the smaller. But ISM does have a ton of unique sizes that work with, jewelry stores that need maybe a shallower depth or a shallower width that still work.
Well, it seems like a huge part of that customer that's buying the ISM is it's residential, it's not commercial.
Yeah.
So they're not big safes going in the store. A lot of times they're going in somebody's warehouse, shop, garage, and it's just collectors.
Yeah. In fact, the smaller sizes go into the jewelry stores more often than the bigger.
Yeah.
We just delivered a Super Treasury. Yeah, I think it was a 55 2023 size to a jeweler in Spokane.
Seems like that's the best selling size.
That's a good
size.
size.
For commercial storefront.
Yeah, Super Treasury. But yeah, back to this insurance deal with the jewelers, and we always tell people, hey, you could take this recommendation as far as value, storage, what safe is appropriate for it, and directly, mirror that in the residential setting if you want to really protect yourself. So what we saw was basically, if you are protecting up to $750K, Jewelers Mutual is going to require you to have a TL 30 by 6, which means that it's been UL tested for tool attacks on all 6 sides, which is long before TRTLs came around. That was our best-selling model, a TL 30 by 6, all 6 sides. Most of these burglars, they're not going through the door. They're going through an adjacent wall or the ceiling, and they're attacking the safe from the side. So although we sell a lot of TL 30s, that means just the door's rated, right? Not all 6 sides. So we like TL 30 by 6s. I would say in a residential setting, yeah, I mean, you could, or commercial. I mean, it's long been $1 million. So they actually lowered the value on a TL 30 by 6 as of late.
Well, yeah, and I think you're going to see more and more of that. So if someone's looking to buy they're told they need a TL 30 for their business, I think they should always look at going to the next security rating up, because in the future, if you grow, the idea is grow your business, right?
Yeah.
Be successful. So you don't want to have to trade that safe out in the future. But then also, I think as cutting tools can continue to advance and you see more and more break-ins, you're going to see the insurance companies just push for a higher security safe to begin with. Yeah.
They were requiring, really anything over $1 million, you got to jump up to a TRTL rated safe. So yeah, we are going to continue to see the demand for that, I think, nationwide. And hopefully we can keep up with that demand with our containers coming in. One thing that sometimes we run into with commercial safes for residential settings is where people want to put them. Maybe you can shine some light on, typical install applications, what we can go up to on certain weights and homes, so on and so forth.
Well, one of the biggest challenges is people are trying to get a high security safe in their home, but obviously commercial safes are extremely heavy, so that presents an issue. One aspect, you want the weight because weight equals security because it's harder to remove.
Yeah.
But really, gosh, there's been a lot of deals that we could have had if we could just get a lighter safe.
Yeah.
So, with our customers, it's when it comes to someone buying a TRTL safe, it typically has to go onto a concrete floor, or you have to go underneath and reinforce it, which we've seen. We've seen people build a new house or reinforce an existing home to where the path and where the safe is going to set
Yeah.
is fully reinforced, and you can take and put a 4, 5, 6,000 pound safe on it.
Yeah.
But that's generally not the case. And if someone's looking for the highest security safe and they want to put it in their wood subfloor and they don't have the capability to reinforce a lot, it's just going to limit your size, or you're going to have to drop down to something like like a Fort, what we talked about before, an AR 500 line Fort Knox safe.
Yeah.
It's going to give you similar or the best cutting protection you can get, but still in a package that's light enough to go upstairs or go on a standard wood subfloor.
Yeah, or like you said, buying two smaller safes, which in the commercial space for jewelers, we've seen that happen, where you can buy a lower rated safe, but buy two of them, and because you're splitting your value up, insurance companies will cover it. And you can look at that the same way in a residential setting. If you've got your value split up and somebody comes in to attack your safes, they now have to spend twice the amount of time. So in some ways, I like the two safe deal. But yeah, for the most part, when it comes to anything really, over 2,000 pounds, right? We're putting that typically on a concrete floor in a garage, a shop, or maybe a basement. Another thing that we run into is these smaller footprint, shorter height safes that weigh 1,600 pounds are really difficult to move upstairs with our climbers.
Yeah.
Literally, it's just, it breaks our climbers because all that center mass and gravity are just all in that little ball down at the bottom of that, and it's so hard on our equipment.
Yeah,
so,
when you have a taller safe, you kind of have a broader balancing
Distribution,
point. And
yeah.
A 1,000 pound safe that is 5 feet tall is way easier to move than a 1,000 pound safe that's a couple feet shorter.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think our goal moving forward here at Northwest Safe is always going to be based on education and explaining to people. They might have an idea of what kind of safe that they're looking for or what's appropriate, but in reality, once you start getting really above 75 grand or 100 grand, I mean, in value, we should be looking at something that's got a TL rating.
Yeah.
And they come in all shapes and sizes. You can get something this size in a 50 cubic foot commercial rated safe, and we can make it look like a nice gun safe inside. That's another thing that we offer is custom interiors. For the most part, these safes are going to come with shelves. That'll be interesting to see moving forward. American Security is the only, I shouldn't say the only, Browning also has a TL30 rated gun safe built by Incus, I believe, that has a gun safe interior. We've sold one of those. But American Security is the only company really that we carry standard that builds a TL rated safe with a gun safe interior. And it's set up with a door panel and power and lights. It looks like your standard gun safe, but it's,
Well, you could say they build the only TL30X6
rated gun safe.
rated gun safe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's long been our best seller, the big 7036. If you're looking for the highest security standard built rated gun safe in the industry, the AmVault.
Something you said earlier is, the value. They're the best value, and maybe explain why that is.
Yeah, you're not paying for paint or frills or in any of the extra things that you
name.
Yeah.
There's definitely manufacturers in the safe industry that you're paying more for the name.
Yeah, absolutely. These TL rated safes, I mean, especially American Security, the fit and finish on them are excellent. So they're not crude. Some of them are. Some other manufacturers are more crude than others. We try to explain that to people. Hey, if you're looking for a perfect paint job, in some cases, this isn't the right product for you.
American Security commercial safes are built as nice as they're American made. Built,
Absolutely.
Which they're all American made as far as a commercial, but
Yeah.
they're BFX gun safe. Like the
Yeah.
fit and finish is identical.
But yeah, back to a better value. You know, the money is going into the security. You know, the thickness of material, the insulation, the internal framework and mechanism, the bolt work. All the production is going into that, focusing on that instead of how does this, you know, pretty gloss safe with the logo and the lights and the things, right? And so
interior fabric,
yeah,
and
all
drawer
that.
setups.
You're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting more real security, and as we continue to move forward and grow here at Northwest Safe, I feel like more people come in and say, hey, I don't care about the paint. I just want a real safe, which is great. I mean, we've got that. Now we've got real safes that look really nice too.
Yeah.
Fort Knox absolutely offers that. But yeah, when it comes down to brass tacks, you know, bang for your buck, a TL rated safe for the money, you're getting so much more steel, so much more security, a heavier framework, a heavier mechanism, and overall just a better place for your valuables to live if somebody wanted to come in and attack your safe.
I would say for someone that's, you know, in the market looking at like a premium, you know, higher fire and security rating home safe, consider a commercial safe. You know, go and look at that TL15 rated safe and see how it compares. You know, a lot of people, you do your research, you're kind of going to fall into that product as being the best value. And I remember a customer a few months ago said to me, he's like, why aren't these more popular?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing my research and it doesn't make sense of why you would buy something that's
residential safe,
not TL15 rated because they're around the same price.
Absolutely. Yeah, our CEVs are priced very competitively in a TL15, and yeah.
The biggest challenge I would say people are going to run into is sizing, because that commercial product is still built for, well, the business. You know,
less size restrictions.
jewelers are going to want a deeper safe because they can take their trays and just slide everything
They need
in.
that volume,
They need that volume. So they're going to be shallow enough to fit through a door, but a lot of home safes are shallow, like built to closet depth, which commercial safes are not.
No, the Max 1014 is a small TL rated safe that could fit into a closet.
Yeah.
And perhaps one of the smallest CEVs, 1814, could, depending on the situation. Every closet's different, but yeah, you're right. You know, if you have a spare bedroom with more of like a larger coat closet or something, that's a good spot for them on the main floor of a home. But really, I mean, a TL rated safe does not need to be hidden. I mean, if you're talking about keeping somebody out and thwarting a would-be thief, I mean, a TL rated safe to me is like good luck for a residential smash and grab thief.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, I haven't seen one broken into in my tenure here, but it does happen
In a residential setting.
in a residential.
We
yeah.
have seen in commercial settings, and what people should know is, in a commercial setting, especially like in these strip malls, a lot of times you have a business that they have their alarm system, but the adjacent business next door, they're not secured.
that common wall.
Yeah, so that the people are going through that business that doesn't have a good security system and basically cutting through the wall and cutting into the safe on the opposite side. And a lot of this stuff happened, especially like during COVID and lockdowns, where they just had days to work on things or hours after hours, and didn't have to worry about the police responding.
Yeah, response time, as we all know, we're obviously the biggest supporter of law enforcement that there is out there, but just response times and what police are allowed to do or told to do nowadays, it's just like, man, the response times are way longer. And then another thing that our insurance advisor brought up was, everybody always talks about, oh, I have an alarm system. Well, most alarm systems nowadays, especially residential ones, are not hardwired. It's all ran off of Wi-Fi. And there are some very simple Wi-Fi jammers that just totally, take that out of the equation. Your security system is down, and they're gonna spend as much time as they want on breaking into your safe. So,
well, even not with Wi-Fi jammers, but just killing the power.
Yeah, killing the power. I mean, one of the things we've heard for years, oh, I have an alarm system, and we've seen so many people just forget to turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, right? Your security in your home or business, it's layers, right? So it's great to have a watchful neighbor. It's great to have dogs. It's great to have an alarm system. But the reality is, we've seen all those things fail.
Yep.
So the only thing that you can rely on 100% of the time, the thing that's going to be your last line of defense, and there no matter what, is what safe did you buy?
Amen. Yeah. That's the last line.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that's a good place to end. Yeah. How much peace of mind do you need and want? And yeah, if you guys have any questions about TRTL, rated safes, commercial business safes, don't hesitate to give us a call. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the Safe Space.
Thanks for watching.